Hi there! Welcome to another Fearless and Fabulous Friday. Today we are talking about practicing the F word. Now, I think you should practice the F word every time you get a chance, at least once a day, and anytime you feel it compelling you. The F word is one of the best things you can do for yourself. And in fact, it is the best way to get to one of my other favorite F words, which is freedom. Now that I have your attention, what I'm talking about is forgiveness. Now, I know for some people, forgiveness really is an F word because, it's a scary, frightening, horrifying thing for some people to even think about. So before I get into what forgiveness does for you and what forgiveness really is, I'm going to talk to you first about what it is not. So what forgiveness isn't. Forgiveness isn't a religious thing, okay? Now, for me, forgiveness is a spiritual thing, but not religious. So personally, I don't do religion. Religion's not my thing. Been there, done that. Doesn't work for me anymore. I don't have anything against religion. It certainly works for other people. It's just not my cup of tea. However, spirituality is a completely different ballgame. And so I use spirituality in the same way I would use the word energy. To me, they're kind of the same thing. So if you think about going through life in the spirit of love, then you can see that it's a choice that you make. You can go through life in the spirit of love, or you can go through life in the spirit of fear. You can go through life in the energy of love or in the energies of fear. You can go through life in the vibrations of love or go through life in the vibrations of fear. You don't need religion for any of that. Spirituality exists perfectly well on its own. And so for me, I choose to go through life in the vibrations of love. And forgiveness is a love-based energy. And so another thing that forgiveness is not is that it isn't about turning the other cheek so somebody else can slap the other side. That's just basically setting yourself up for more abuse, and that's what it's not. Forgiveness isn't about sweeping what happened to you under the rug and pretending it didn't ever happen. Forgiveness isn't about telling someone you forgive them, but really inside you're still angry about it. That's not forgiveness. Actually means already given. Forgiveness is the ultimate path to freedom. And here's why. When you go through your life in the energy of forgiveness, you choose conscious choice to no longer hold yourself captive to other people's choices and other people's actions and other people's baggage and other people's stuff. Does that mean that you have to pretend it never happened? Of course not. If someone else's actions are causing you pain, they deserve to know that. However, there's a point when you can get into your life where you can say, I'm done. I'm done with holding myself captive. I'm done with holding myself emotionally hostage. I'm done with holding myself responsible for your stuff. And that's what forgiveness really is. When you choose that you are more valuable than what other people may have tried to project onto you, when you choose that you are worth more than holding on to other people's stuff, that's what forgiveness is. It is letting go of your attachments to other people's choices and other people's actions. Now, what always worked for me when I was younger was saying, you know what, karma's going to get them. I don't have to hold myself responsible for their stuff. I let it go. Karma will take care of them. I get to be free. What I found is this magic formula that I'd never heard about until a couple of years ago that changes your life. And that is self-forgiveness. Now, what's really crazy is about with self-forgiveness, you don't even have to worry about forgiving the other person because it's already done. And here's what I mean. You can choose to say, I forgive myself for ever holding myself responsible for other people's stuff. I forgive myself for ever blaming myself for doing something that caused them to do that to me. I forgive myself for ever being ashamed of other people's actions toward me. I forgive myself for ever harboring resentment toward any part of myself for what that person did. See, that's what forgiveness really is. It is the best F word ever. And what's so great about it is that it's aligned with a 4-letter word that I love, which of course is love. It's a love-based energy, and it moves you out of the worst 4-letter word ever, which is fear. So once you free yourself from all the yucky fear-based stuff like guilt, shame, blame, resentment, anger, then you can move higher and higher up into this energy and vibration and spirit of love. And ultimately, that's where we all want to be, because that's where you fall in love with yourself, and that's where you fall in love with life. And one of the best ways to get there is through forgiveness. So the next time you feel yourself feeling yucky and ashamed and embarrassed for other people's stuff, just remember self-forgiveness. And when that happens, it's so much easier to just let it go. And you get the inner peace that goes with it. As always, if you love what you've seen and heard here on this little video, be sure to tell your friends, leave your comments below. And if you have any other ideas that you want to run by me that I can talk about, please let me know. And if you haven't already, jump over to my homepage and get your free gift. And until next time, be bold, be courageous, and be vivacious.